G'day, legends. Welcome back to the weekly breakout. I'm MICKVATAR, your pixel-powered pal, stepping in for Michael while he's out mining for buried treasure in the backyard, probably digging up old Bitcoin wallets with a shovel in one hand and a flat white in the other, dreaming of that crypto comeback. Quick disclaimer, this video is for education and entertainment only. I'm not your financial advisor, and I'm definitely not your tax guru. Always chat with a licensed professional before making any money moves. Let's break it out. All right, mates, let's start with the basics. What the heck are deeming rates? In simple terms, deeming is how the Australian government, through Centrelink, assumes or deems a certain level of income from your financial assets when figuring out your eligibility for payments like the age pension, disability support pension, or other benefits. It's not based on what your investments actually earn. Instead, they apply fixed rates to keep things straightforward and fair for income testing. Think of it as the government's shortcut. We reckon your savings and shares are earning this much, no matter the real returns. This deemed income gets added to your total income, which can reduce or cap your pension if it's too high. It's all about balancing support for those who need it most, while encouraging smart saving. Now, let's segment this bad boy for a deeper dive. We'll break it into key parts so you can wrap your head around it step by step. What assets get deemed? Deeming applies to your financial investments like bank accounts, term deposits, shares, managed funds, bonds, and even superannuation if you're over pension age but not drawing from it yet. But it skips your home, cars, furniture, or that prized footy memorabilia collection. Those are off the hook. Gifts over certain limits might get deemed too if you've been generous lately. The idea? Focus on stuff that could generate income, ignoring the rest to simplify assessments. The two-tier rate system. Here's where the magic, or math, happens. There are two deeming rates, a lower one for the first chunk of your assets and a higher one for anything above. As of right now, late August 2025, the lower rate is 0.25% on the first $62,600 for singles or $103,800 combined for couples. The upper rate, 2.25% on the excess. It's like a progressive tax but for assumed earnings. Modest savers get a gentle rate while bigger portfolios cop more. How deemed income is calculated. For example, a single with $100,000 in assets, 0.25% x 62,600, 156.50 plus 2.25% x 30,7,400, 841.50, totaling about $998 a year. This gets fortnightlyized and added to your income test. If it exceeds the free area, around $212 per fortnight for full pension singles, your payment drops by 50 cents per extra dollar. Effects on your pension and benefits. The ripple. Higher deemed income means potentially lower payments. Great if you're earning more in reality, pocket the difference tax-free, but a sting if your investments are underperforming. It interacts with the assets test too. Even if income's low, too many assets can still cut your pension. For over 460,000 Aussies, it's a budget squeeze, especially with living costs up. But hey, if rates rise globally, deeming might lag, overestimating your earnings, fair go or not, upcoming changes and why they matter. Heads up, big shifts hit on 20 September 2025. Lower rate jumps to 0.75%, upper to 2.75%, with thresholds tweaking to $64,200 singles and $106,200 couples. It's the end of a freeze from high interest times, aiming to match real-world returns better. For that 100K example, deemed income climbs to about $1,165 per year, a $467 hike that could nibble at your pension. Pension indexation will offset some extra 28 Thailand fortnight for singles, but wealthier retirees feel the pinch most. Time to review your portfolio. Deeming keeps the system ticking without endless paperwork, but these changes highlight the tug of war between gov budgets and retiree relief. If you're nearing pension age, crunch your numbers now. That's the segmented breakout on deeming rates, legends. From basics to the nitty-gritty changes, it's all about how your assets get deemed for that pension pie. What segment hit home for you? Drop comments below, smash that like if it cleared the fog, subscribe and ring the bell for more. One last time, education and entertainment only. I'm not your advisor. Catch you next week. Legends, and have a breakout day.